This is Schulenburgring in the Tempelhof region of Berlin. It's the south of Berlin, and in 1945, just as today, it would be around 4 kilometers or so from the bunker. And on the 2nd of May 1945, the capitulation of Berlin was actually signed here in this building here, and there's a plaque up today to remind us of that fact. And the buildings lived in, as you can see, there's people in there. And so it was General Weidling as Commander-in-Chief of the Berlin area. Now bear in mind that the Nazi Party, effectively the government, had abrogated its responsibilities. Hitler did himself in, Goebbels did himself in, Bormann cleared off, and there was no one else around. In fact, most Nazis had cleared off around after Hitler's birthday on the 20th of April 1945. And anyway, so just show you this, the sign. So in this building, this was where the headquarters of the 8th Soviet Guards Army, the Commander-in-Chief, General Chuikov, and here was signed on the 2nd of May 1945 by General Weilding as the commanding officer of the Berlin defense area, the order to German troops in Berlin to immediately stop fighting. And for Berlin, this meant the end of the war. And actually, it's another little reminder as well of what the Nazi past, what Nazis did. Just here, these are called stumbling blocks. This is a family here who lived here, the Grunwald family, and Arthur, Rosa, and Karl, and deported and murdered Auschwitz, deported 1943 to Theresienstadt, murdered at Buchenwald in 1945. And so, anyway, the airport of Tempelhof is over there behind these blocks, and there's a lot of blocks. Then it is over there. Obviously the headquarters were put here by Chuikov, then showed that it must have been relatively safe to do so. So it was some distance from the front, so to speak. But by this time the front had been broken. There wasn't a front as such, it had been broken up into so many pieces still. For example, in the Reichstag, the Soviet flag was flying up the top of it, but there was still resistance in the cellars below. Anyway, I've done a longer video, I will do a longer video on this, on the surrender, which took place in this building. So you subscribe if you want to see that. I need to point out this is just the surrender in Berlin. It wasn't the general surrender, which took place to end the Second World War. It took part in the eastern part of Berlin. A week later nearly, and so and that ended effectively the Second World War. On the 9th of May, Soviet Moscow time, 8th of May in other places. On the 8th of May, the surrender was signed in Reims for the Western Allies. So good. So anyway, I shall do another video on this in more detail, but I do like to do things live from the place where I'm at. Well, it's not really live, it'll be sort of a long time ago by the time I get uploaded, but when I'm here to show it and sort of to share it, and then I'll do a longer video, possibly even using the same video that I've got up here at the moment. So thanks for watching, and all the best from me in Berlin.